Hello everyone, today I would like to, as always on this channel, as in every video on this channel, fight against the atmosphere character of our world around us. And today the topic will be not only about one book, but will be about one phenomenon. Some countries in the world, one can say, are blessed by their very unique geographical location from which they can benefit. Due to the fact that many trading routes go through them, they can collect fees for the goods, they can also be trading partners with many centers of productions or centers of processing of the resources that are excavated in different places, which are sending these goods to the other places where these goods are processed. And if you are in the position of, let's say, a sort of middleman, and if the country has elite that thinks about its own benefit and about the benefit of their own people, one can really live very well and really benefit very much from the good geographical location this country has. Such countries are, for instance, my own country, Poland, Syria, Turkey, and, for instance, Armenia. There are some more, but let's stay in this region of the world, so Europe and Middle East. And of course, as I said, such geographical location can be regarded as blessing for the country, but also can be regarded as something completely opposite, as curse. And recently I read, unfortunately not translated into English yet, the book by two young Polish Iranian scholars, Mr. Tomasz Sinczak and Pawlak, and Janusz Pawlak, and these two guys are actually describing. The title of their book is The Fall of the Kingdom of Armenia in the years 363 AD down to 428 AD. And in this quite long period, very turbulent, the state of Armenia, those days Kingdom of Armenia, was in between two giants, Sassanid Persia, ruled by powerful and aggressive Sassanid dynasty, and also quite, I would say, possessive Roman Empire, later Eastern Roman Empire, but still Roman Empire, that didn't want to step down from its position on Caucasus on the benefit for the benefit of Persia. So these two rivals were using all possible ways to compete for the influences they had on nations of Caucasus, including Armenia. And one can see that the geographical location one can benefit from and live good only thanks to this can be also a negative feature of our life as inhabitants of this country, in the situation when this country is really weak or small, so it implies being weaker than your larger rivals that are on both sides of your location, and you cannot actually oppose them by your own means because simply your army and population are too small to do it efficiently. And the worst scenario is, Poland also experienced it many times, when there are two powerful rivals and from time to time they are able, despite they are really sworn enemies, they can make agreements and just divide between themselves such misfortunate small country that could have lived happily and in prosperity using its own location, if not two powerful rivals on both sides of this country. and the same happened to small Armenia. What I really like in such works like these two Polish guys, young Iranists I mentioned, they also dedicated a lot of time about a lot of time for sorry, not a lot of time. They dedicated time, yes, because they had to write it, but they dedicated a lot of place in their own book on the role of the religious communities in Armenia and their behavior towards the main rivals of Armenian kingdom. I mean here the role of the Christian communities in Persia, in Sassanid Persia, a role of the Christian communities on newly converted Armenia, and also the role of the Zoroastrian communities in Persia and also in its own homeland, so Sassanid Iran, Sassanid Persia. And thanks to such approach to the topic, we receive very complicated mosaic of geopolitical and social relations that always affect the political decisions of the giant rivals. Even they need to take these things into the account when they are making their geopolitical decisions that can affect life of hundred thousands or millions of people for many upcoming decades or centuries. So it's always good to have good geographical location, of course, to benefit from it, but to benefit from it relatively peacefully, one needs to be strong and very good diplomat, not to fall into the trap of being in between two main rivals. It can be very detrimental and very painful. Take care and bye. Have a nice evening.